The UCP government is cutting a whole lot of checks.
Nearly 3.4 million Albertans will be eligible to receive $100.
Will this help combat your high cost of living?
These one-off things are not solving the affordability crisis of Alberta.
Plus, October's referendum could cost how much?
Something in the neighborhood of $120 to $130 million.
Has the province way underestimated the price tag to send Albertans to the ballot box? And a beautiful reunion.
Oh my goodness, I dreamed of you.
Caught up in the 60s scoop, these sisters have finally found each other.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. It's always nice when someone slips you $100. And the province is about to do it for millions of Albertans. Premier Daniel Smith announced a $340 million affordability measure today. Instead of removing the provincial fuel tax, she is offering a one-time payment. Mark Villani reports.
Alberta's premier says rapid population growth, along with higher prices for oil and gas, are putting pressure on the cost of living. It's why instead of cutting the province's 13-cent fuel tax, the UCP government is handing out one-time checks.
Our government recognizes that families are feeling the pinch, which is why we're taking action to put more money back in their pockets.
Starting July 1st, the province says nearly 3.4 million Albertans will be eligible to apply for a one-time $100 payment, dubbed the Alberta Energy Rebate. To qualify, you must be over 18, have filed a tax return, and have a household income under $225,000.
Rather than relying on retailers to pass on the fuel tax relief, this approach will ensure elevated oil revenues deliver real benefits to Albertans, benefits that don't disappear at the pumps.
But is it enough to offset the rising cost of living?
I don't think it's enough, but I'll take it.
Kind of unacceptable. It's sweet to have free money, but $100 goes nowhere these days.
Others accuse the premier of using the funds as a way to buy votes.
This just seems like another little trick on her part.
I was so excited.
The handout is drawing comparison to $400 checks known as Ralph Bucks, distributed by then Premier Ralph Klein back in 2005. That came amid soaring resource revenues, but Klein's senior economist at the time, Moshe Lander, says that money could have been used differently.
You could have effectively eliminated personal income taxes within the province. I think what we ended up with was what was politically popular, but not what was necessarily economically efficient.
But rising oil revenue from the U.S. war with Iran and a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz has given Alberta a major financial boost. Still, the province is dealing with a forecasted $9.4 billion deficit. Alberta's opposition NDP says while the province isn't debt-free or in a surplus, the move is economically irresponsible.
I'm not begrudging giving Albertans a few dollars back. We've been calling for months. But these one-off things are not solving the affordability crisis of Alberta.
Mark joins us from a Southwest grocery store tonight. Mark, critics are arguing that this money would be better spent on balancing the books.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. A lot of the pushback is coming from that reasoning. Many people saying that Alberta is still dealing with that $9.4 billion deficit thanks to low oil revenue. Now, it's why some economists we spoke to, like Moshe Lander, say that this money could be better spent on balancing the books. A more prudent option, he suggests, would be looking at long-term savings and putting this money into the Heritage Fund for a rainy day. Instead, Lander says direct payments are often a political choice, not an economic one. And Tara, because those payments are highly visible on checks or in the form of cash, they're quickly felt even if broader fiscal pictures aren't being addressed. Tara.
Okay, Mark Villani reporting. Mark, thank you. Premier Daniel Smith says a coal mining question will not be added to the October referendum. Alicia Fieldberg joins us now, and Alicia, Smith says there's just not enough time to put it on the ballot.
Tara, the Premier previously said that she was prepared to put the question on the referendum if enough signatures are verified. Now, Daniel Smith now says that won't be possible since Elections Alberta set June 1st as the deadline for any additions. Last week, musician and rancher Corb Lund dropped off the petition with Elections Alberta, which has 21 days to verify the signatures. About 180,000 signatures were needed, and Lund says they collected more than 200,000. The petition demands the province end all new coal mining and exploration in the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains. Now, the concern is the mining impacts water. The Premier pointed to a 2024 non-binding referendum where 71% of Crow's Nest Pass voters approved the Grassy Mountain project. But 200,000 people who live downstream were not allowed to vote, including Corbland. Now, the Premier says his citizen initiative petition is complicated with land rights that need to be considered.
This one came in a little bit late and they still have to validate the signatures. So we're waiting for that validation process. There's multiple elements to this particular proposal, and it could result in a legislative proposal where we bring forward legislation into the legislature, or it could result in a recommendation for a province-wide vote, which would take place in October of 2027.
Smith says that it will be up to a committee to determine the path forward, and that committee won't be formed until September. The petition timeline was set when it was started in February, and Smith has been indicating it might be possible to get the coal question on this upcoming referendum, but now she says the deadline was weeks ago. We're expecting more information from Elections Alberta tomorrow. Tara?
Okay, Alicia, thank you. Now, that news comes as we're getting a shocking new estimation of just how much the referendum may cost. A former Alberta chief electoral officer estimates the vote will run as high as $130 million due to so many ballot questions, inflation, and a ballooning workforce. Tim Brooke has those details.
One of Alberta's former chief electoral officers has some sky-high cost estimates for October's referendum. 2023's election cost about $37 million. Lauren Gibson says better technology and automation should cut costs in 2026, but this referendum has 10 questions, so 10 times more ballots and ballot boxes than the general election. Elections Alberta has also upped the staffing requirements.
Assuming that we're looking at 60,000 people working in this referendum, that's 4.5 times the number in the last general election.
Gibson's math also accounts for inflation on those salaries and on ballot printing and building rentals.
So if you make those assumptions and consider those factors, we're looking at the fall referendum costing something in the neighborhood of $120 to $130 million.
I can tell you those seem extremely high.
Alberta's finance minister wouldn't give us a number, but he insists it's not that one.
So we'll make sure Elections Alberta has the resources to do the job that they need to do. But I can't see why a province-wide vote would cost any more than it would cost us to run a general election.
But if the price tag is that high, some believe the province should just call a general election too. Experts can't see that happening.
We have the potential for shovels in the ground for a pipeline in October of 2027 and an election in October 2027. That's the timeline that the government appears to be looking at.
And some don't have a problem with the potential cost, even those that are normally suspicious about government spending.
The ability for Albertans to have their say in a referendum or to recall a politician and hold by-elections, these are essential tools to a grassroots democracy. We'd like to see a lower price tag, but we don't want to see them gone.
And Tim joins us from McDougall Centre tonight. Tim, Elections Alberta says it won't have an official budget ready until the fall.
Well, even then, keep in mind, Tara, that the province won't just automatically approve any sort of budget that is presented. Now, Elections Alberta points out to us that as of late, it's been pretty smart with its spending. Tara, it says currently it ranks number 1 in our country when it comes to the cost per capita to provide election services.
Okay, Tim, thank you. Several Alberta First Nations are calling for a treason investigation into Premier Daniel Smith and the UCP over the upcoming referendum. The Assembly of Treaty Chiefs of Treaty 6, 7, and 8 have unanimously passed a resolution calling for an investigation by the RCMP and the Auditor General. The group says calling a referendum related to Alberta separation risks Canadian sovereignty and the treaty relationship. It also says the UCP government failed to take action on the violation of privacy rights of millions of people when a voter list was leaked to a separatist group. An Okotoks man charged with possessing and accessing child sexual exploitation materials has been arrested again. 35-year-old Corey Earhart was charged on June 3rd after police seized devices from his home with more than 500,000 explicit images and videos of children. On June 9th, Cochrane RCMP received a complaint that Earhart may have breached his release conditions. Police investigated and yesterday arrested him in High River. Earhart is now in custody and is scheduled to appear in court in Cochrane on June 23rd. 2 teenage boys in Edmonton are accused of using artificial intelligence to make sexualized images of their classmates.
Several students brought forth complaints to a teacher about pictures that had been altered sexually with the use of AI.
Investigators allege the 14-year-olds took photos of girls at their school without consent and used photos from their social media accounts. They say they then used AI software to sexualize the images and share them. According to investigators, the number of victims is in the double digits. In Calgary, police launched an investigation following similar allegations earlier this year. An RCMP officer has been charged with uttering threats against Donald Trump during last year's G7 summit in Alberta. The 34-year-old from Quebec was overseeing security operations in Kananaskis. Evanson Dumerlou is accused of posting a video on Snapchat where he made threatening comments toward the U.S. president. RCMP were alerted to the video by another officer. Dumerlou has been removed from his duties.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
The strong wind we've experienced over the last couple of days may have claimed a casualty in the northwest this afternoon. Crews were called out to cut up and remove a very big tree that fell over onto Bowness Road. It blocked the road until workers with chainsaws and chippers were able to get there to clear it all away. Well, Danielle is on the road tonight in Canmore. Danielle, conditions much calmer, really, except for that tree that blew over compared to yesterday.
Yeah. Yes, much calmer in all communities in comparison to yesterday, but there is still the risk of funnel cloud development on the east side of southern Alberta, and on the southwest side, there's still the risk of severe thunderstorms for these next couple of hours until things wind down for the night. In fact, there is a thunderstorm, non-severe at this point, that's tracking towards Carstairs and will likely clip Airdrie as well. We may even see a bit of that activity in Calgary. So still thunderstorms possible, but for the Calgary area, we're looking at non-severe. But as you can see, Bragg Creek and down along Highway 2, there's the potential for more severe storms over these next couple of hours, so that larger size hail. 17 degrees right now at the airport. It has been a fairly gusty day, and we're not done with the wind gusts yet in the city. So gusts north 50 kilometers per hour for the next 24 hours, and on and off showers are possible through the rest of this evening, overnight through tomorrow morning. We'll get a bit of a break for part of the day tomorrow, but then the risk of thunderstorms arrives once again by the supper hours. Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. It was a moment one sister has been waiting a lifetime for. The other, a 60s scoop survivor, didn't even know was coming until a few months ago. The two met for the first time last night in Strathmore after being separated when they were young. Tyler Barrow has more on the emotional reunion.
This is a day Marie Miller never knew was coming, but one she had always wanted.
Oh my God, look at you. Oh my goodness.
The 71-year-old is embracing her 72-year-old sister, Sally Tripp, the two meeting for the first time.
I can't let go of her. She's not going home. If she's going home, I'm going with her. It's really happening. It's really, that's you.
The sisters were born in Winnipeg and are members of the Pegasus First Nation. Tripp, seen here shortly after she was born in 1953 with her mother, but she put them both into adoptive care before the girls even turned 2. Their father rescued them, but authorities only let him keep Tripp. Miller was later taken from her grandmother's hands and placed in a foster home. She was part of the 60s scoop, now counts herself a survivor like other Indigenous children who were forcibly removed from their homes. Miller remembers the unpleasant childhood.
They were not very kind to me growing up at all. They were very standoffish toward me.
Tripp always knew she had a sister and never gave up looking for her.
We are looking for all over Selkirk and everything, and we looked in all over Manitoba.
Miller lives in Calgary and struggled for years to connect with her birth family via adoption records and papers. It was modern technology that did the trick. DNA testing from Ancestry.ca led her to a cousin.
Told me, she said, do you know you have a sister? I said, well, give me her number, please.
On January 17th, the two talked for the first time over the phone for hours, leading to this moment of a lifetime.
I always dreamt of having a sister. To find her after all this time, you know, and you know the sad part is she didn't know she had a family.
The sisters will continue to make up for lost time. On June 28th, a family reunion will be held in Selkirk.
I can't wait. I've got the camper packed.
While there, they will visit their mother's gravesite together. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
And Miller does have an appointment to get her status card, which Tripp will act as witness for. Police have a warning about property crimes in our city. Traveling thieves are targeting unlocked homes and garages in neighborhoods all across the country. And a new rec center and library for West Calgary. We'll tell you where they're going and how soon. Next. Calgary police are warning people about traveling crime groups that are targeting neighborhoods across the country, including right here in our city. These sandwich boards are warning people to make sure doors and windows are locked and encouraging the use of security systems and lights. Police say 43 break-ins since the beginning of the year share consistencies. Those include accessing homes through backyards between 6 and 8 p.m. and focusing on small, high-value items like jewelry and cash. 3 vehicles have been identified as linked to these incidents: a Ford Escape, a Toyota RAV4, and a Toyota Highlander. Police say they want to hear from the public, but the signs are helping all on their own.
When we've been putting some of these signs up in the area, we've seen a reduction in the number of break-and-enters and car prowlings that are happening in that area. So I'd like to think that there's a correlation between what's happening there. So not to create white noise with the signs too, we've been rotating them around through communities because this isn't specific to one community. It happens in every community.
Anyone with information is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. BC investigators say they have uncovered safety violations at a water park where a dozen children suffered electrical burns. The Cultus Lake Water Park remains closed with no timeline for reopening after students on a field trip were injured after touching a railing in a lineup for a ride and had to be taken to hospital. In a statement today, Technical Safety BC says its investigation has identified electrical non-compliances at the site. The agency says officers remain there as further investigation is needed before the park can reopen. The City of Calgary is sending a message ahead of the first day of summer. Where there is water, there is risk. Just last week, firefighters had to rescue 7 people who were pinned on a bridge abutment on the Bow. The city is stressing that water incidents, even drownings, can happen very quickly. Officers remind people that wearing a life jacket on a boat is the law, and it's also illegal to operate watercraft while impaired by alcohol or drugs.
From our perspective, on the bylaw side, our peace officers will be patrolling our riverbanks along the Elbow River and the Bow River to ensure that people are wearing life jackets as per the bylaw.
The city is also encouraging people to learn how to swim. It's offering free swim lessons on June 25th at 4 local swimming pools.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
Well, Danielle is on the road tonight, joining us from Canmore. As we were saying earlier, it was a much calmer weather day today.
It is a calmer weather today in comparison to yesterday, absolutely. Before we get into all the weather details, the reason I am here in Canmore is because, well, number one, the early bird deadline for this lottery is midnight tomorrow, and that puts you in to win the Mercedes G-Wagon. The other thing is we're standing in the Spring Creek, well, I guess we could say one of the homes you could win with the Spring Creek grand prize show home. So can you explain that a little bit, because it's pretty unique this time?
That's right. It's one of our most unique grand prizes yet. It is like you're winning 2 homes. So they are joined. We're in the upper suite right now. This one is 600 square feet and the one below us is 1,500. And it's quite an incredible prize because you can actually rent one or both of them out. So you could stay in one and rent out the other property.
So it's basically you have your own vacation property if you want, but also an income property if you want. So you could keep all your stuff in one spot in the place and then not worry as much about the other.
That's right. There's so many ways that you can use this prize. So you can just dream about it, but get your tickets while you're dreaming about it.
Okay, and the deadline's midnight tomorrow, and I'll talk more about that coming up. And we're also going to show you the Mercedes G-Wagon coming up a little later in the show as well. It's pretty sweet. We're enjoying our time here in Canmore. Okay, let's talk about the weather, because there are some important things to talk about here. It is still an active day. While we don't have tornado warnings in place in communities compared to yesterday, we still have the potential for a little bit of rotation and funnel cloud development. So there are some weather statements in place. Temperatures are on that cooler side, mainly in the high teens in southern Alberta, as you can see here. So yeah, it's definitely a chillier day. Friday will be warmer, and outside of that, we're looking at mainly below normal temperatures for this week. We've gusted, our max gust in Calgary, 65 kilometers per hour. We maxed out at 52 in Medicine Hat. In comparison to yesterday, Medicine Hat maxed out at 122 kilometers per hour. So that just shows you, yes, it's a tamer day today for sure. Bragg Creek and south, basically all down Highway 2 to the U.S. border. This is where we have the risk of more severe spells. Now, keep in mind that that risk is starting to weaken for the evening, but still, I'd say for another hour or so, there's the potential that some cells could pop up and develop into more severe storms. So that larger size hail and those more damaging gusts. And you can see in the lighter green color, basically all off to the east, there's the risk of some funnel cloud development. So definitely still keep your eyes on the skies. You can see those cells tracking all down the Saskatchewan border, and you can see some that have bubbled up that are tracking. They're all tracking from the north down towards the south, and some tracking towards the southwest corner right now of the province. Calgary, there is a cell near Carstairs. It may clip Airdrie over this next little bit, and we'll likely see some rain on and off in Calgary, but less likely a thunderstorm for this evening. We have the risk of thunderstorms returning once again in Calgary, but non-severe. The gusts will continue out in the north at 50 kilometers per hour for tomorrow, and a high of 16, so we will remain on the cooler side. By Friday, though, mostly sunny skies and a high of 22. That will be the warmest day of the next 5, as you can see, because then we're down to the teens once again as we head into Father's Day weekend. That's your Action Furnace 5-day forecast. Midnight tomorrow is the early bird deadline in the Calgary Health Foundation Home Lottery Mountain Edition. You could win the Mercedes G-Wagon early bird prize or take $250,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at calgarymountainhomelottery.com.
We have new details about the recreation and library facility that's planned for the West District in Southwest Calgary. GEC Architecture has been chosen to design the proposed YMCA and public library. It's the same group behind the YMCA in Quarry Park and the Olympic Oval. The new rec center and library will be located along Broadcast Avenue on land donated by Truman. The area has seen some significant growth in the past few years.
Which is an opportunity to bring approximately 60,000 square foot YMCA and library to the west part of Calgary. We know that this part of Calgary is underserved in terms of recreation, so an opportunity for Calgarians to engage in physical activity and learning and development all under one roof.
The project is still in the planning stages, but the goal is to have it built by early 2030. Construction will depend on funding from all 3 levels of government, along with some philanthropic partners. Officials in Banff National Park are exploring a kind of mysterious underground structure. A portion of the ground collapsed near Lake Minnewanka, so what is hiding underneath? And Canada Post stamps will honor 3 Indigenous sports leaders and advocates. That story is still to come. A hiking trail popular with tourists remains closed in Canmore. The province says the Grassy Lakes area is expected to remain off limits for an extended period of time. Earlier this month, there was a rock slide on the Smith-Dorian Trail. A portion of the gravel road leading out to Canmore has been closed because of slope stability concerns. The province says it's working to secure a contractor for the highway repair work. In the meantime, people can access Highway 742 through Peter Lougheed Provincial Park. Postage stamps are small, but often carry some big stories behind them. Today, Canada Post unveiled 3 new stamps featuring Indigenous sports leaders, but also recognizing achievements that extend far beyond the field of play. Kevin Green explains.
Canada Post's 3 latest stamps honor hockey great Brian Trottier, Northern Games advocate Edward Lenny, and multisport athlete Chief Wilton Littlechild. For Littlechild, the recognition is deeply personal. He says stamps remind him of the letters that were often the only connection he had with his family during years of forced separation through residential schools.
And in that stamped envelope was the love that I needed to carry on. So it's there's a special connection there.
Littlechild, who went on to become a lawyer and a member of parliament, says sport gave him a path forward while growing up in institutions and inspired his work with young people.
I've said many times in public, and I will repeat, that sports saved my life.
Edward Lenny, known as the father of the Northern Games, helped preserve traditional Arctic sports and bring them to a national and international stage. His son says that work began at home in the north.
In our kitchen room floor, where we started, where he brought the games back to life. They were disappearing. He brought them back to life.
The third stamp features six-time Stanley Cup winner Brian Trottier, a Métis from Saskatchewan who says his parents fostered a love of sport, which he hopes to carry on.
To pursue something with our whole heart and hopefully inspire the next generation of student athlete to pursue their dreams with their whole heart.
Canada Post says stamps are intended to highlight our nation's stories.
A stamp, although small from a scale perspective, is a reminder to all Canadians that we, as Canadians, have a lot of personal, shared stories and experiences.
The stamps announced Wednesday are the fifth in a series launched in 2022 to recognize Indigenous leaders in Canada. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Those stamps are available online and at selected postal outlets right across Canada. Soccer fans from all over the world are keeping themselves busy between games. They're on a hunt in Toronto for some great Canadian symbols hiding in plain sight. Calgary Barista is the Canadian champion for a second time. Jill Hoff won the National Barista competition this past weekend in Calgary. Her winning coffee included a newly discovered bean, along with a bean getting renewed attention because of its resilience in the face of climate change. This is Hoff's second time winning the event. She also got the top spot in 2020. She will represent Canada now at the World Barista Championship in Panama in October. Lake Minnewanka boasts some stunning views, but it's something that's been found underground, unearthed quite by accident, that has people talking. Moses Woldu joins us now, and Moses, the discovery is a bit of a mystery.
Amid the scenic backdrop, the shore on Lake Minnewanka has unearthed a glimpse into its past. Last month, Parks Canada responded to the ground collapsing by the beach area. The cause, according to Parks Canada, is a failure of a roof of an unknown underground structure. They say possibly dates back before the 1950s or 60s. Parks will now proceed to stabilize and restore the site using environmental and safety protocols. But what's exposed is untreated wood, including log walls and rough-cut planks. Historians at the White Museum say they've seen discoveries such as trapper cabins in the park, but nothing like this.
The fact that they had a local quarry there, we like to think that this was just like a sub-basement of something that was raked over with building material after construction cut. But we think it's a really cool find, and we're really looking forward to seeing where Parks goes with it. Such a fabulous snapshot in time.
While there are no photos specifically detailing what the structure on the shore of Lake Minnewanka is, Kate Reardon has her thoughts.
The fact that they had a local quarry there, we like to think that this was just like a sub-basement of something that was raked over with building material after construction cut. But we think it's a really cool find.
Those we spoke to in nearby Banff are also intrigued by the findings.
Definitely got goosebumps right now thinking about that. You know, there's so much energy in the mountains here.
If we could go see it, that'd be sweet. Do you think we could open a dive shop or something and do some tours?
There were some visitors looking to take a peek, staying behind the caution tape. There was also partial fencing.
Oh, our apologies, we lost Moses there. Okay, let's see what's trending tonight. There is a side quest happening in Toronto, Glenn, for World Cup fans, and they're on the hunt.
Let's go.
Panama!
This is a bit like the Amazing Race. This is the Great Beaver Quest. It's underway. These two friends, Carlos and Kojo, are looking for beaver statues, each representing the countries that are competing in the World Cup. It only took them about 20 minutes to find 5 of them, but there's 51 spread across Toronto for people to discover. Each one has been uniquely hand-painted by a local artist. That would be actually a fun way to spend your downtime.
And way to get into the spirit, right? You know?
Get to know the city a little bit, you see how many you can find. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, you know the expression, out of sight, out of mind, and this guy seems to be employing it to avoid facing the music.
Jackie, mate, who did this? Did you do that?
This is Jackie the Chocolate Lab. He was caught red pod. He chewed up this crock, but he was not taking responsibility.
No.
He just closed his eyes. He did peek a couple of times there,
looked away
out
a little
under
bit.
his lashes, just to make sure. Are you still talking to me? Are you still there?
How could you be mad at Jackie, though?
Look how smart he is. He's like, if I can't see you, you can't see me, which means I didn't do it.
Wasn't me.
Somebody else did it. It was not me. Smart guy. A blockbuster Hollywood auction is going to offer up some legendary screen relics, and some of them are a little weird. Okay, so the lightsaber, legendarily lopped from Luke Skywalker in The Empire Strikes Back, is headlining this upcoming multi-million-dollar online auction. So the saber was used on screen by actor Mark Hamill during the famous scene, and it will come complete with the severed prosthetic hand, still gripping the fictional weapon. They expect the bids for this to start at $1 million.
What?
Would you pay $1 million?
No.
For a lightsaber and a fake
Not a
chopped-off
chance.
hand?
No.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah.
A big Star Wars fan might, though. A big rich Star Wars fan.
Yes, very
might.
rich, yes.
Yes.
I'm sure somebody would.
Somebody will. Somebody will. Still to come, U.S. Federal Reserve holds the line on interest rates. It was the first test for Donald Trump's new Fed chair. Our business report is next.
All right, this is your chance. Almost 90% sold out. Your chance to win the Mercedes G-Wagon, this super cool vehicle here. The deadline is midnight tomorrow. Come have a look inside. Can you imagine this is yours? I wouldn't mind one of these. Yes, okay, so I feel like this is a pretty sweet car to drive around Canmore. Could also win the dual show home, but also driving anywhere. This is a pretty amazing vehicle. All right, let's get into the weather forecast, shall we? Because we have so many fun things to talk about. It's another active day, and tomorrow will be even another active day. It keeps continuing. Temperatures are certainly on the cooler side. We should be in the lower 20s for this time of year in southern Alberta, Calgary included in that, and we're just in the high teens. Same idea for tomorrow. There is a decent cell that's tracking down the QE2. It's been through the Carstairs area, tracking towards Airdrie. We'll likely see a little bit of this activity in Calgary, so we're not done for the night, but they're starting to get less intense and less severe. But these are still decent cells, some of them. So just be on the lookout, eyes to the sky for the next few hours. There is the potential for some thunderstorm activity. All right, your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free, and there's the potential for on and off showers right through the evening, through the overnight, through tomorrow morning. A bit of a break in the afternoon, and then by the supper hours, once again, we get into the risk of showers and thunderstorm activity. When you look at that longer range forecast, when we just look at this week, Father's Day weekend, the temperatures are looking pretty cool, and it's unsettled for the weekend with on and off rain. Our warmest or our hottest day for the rest of this week is Friday, 22 and sunny. We will return to warmer temperatures by Tuesday of next week, and then we'll have a longer stretch of daytime highs in those 20s and more stable weather by then. Midnight tomorrow is the early bird deadline in the Calgary Health Foundation Home Lottery Mountain Edition. You could win the Mercedes G-Wagon early bird prize or take $250,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at calgarymountainhomelottery.com.
The provincial government has announced what it calls a new affordability measure. Instead of a gas tax rebate, it will be sending $100 cheques for Albertans who qualify. A former Alberta chief electoral officer estimates the province's October referenda could cost taxpayers as much as $130 million. Lauren Gibson says that is more than $100 million higher than the 2023 general election. And an RCMP officer has been charged with uttering threats against Donald Trump during last year's G7 summit in Alberta. The 34-year-old from Quebec was overseeing security operations in Kananaskis. Lethbridge Family Services is trying to make it easier for temporary foreign workers to navigate the immigration system. It's hosting a temporary foreign workers information day to offer guidance and support. Many temporary workers don't know about the supports and services that will help them build their lives in Canada. Attendees will learn about programs, reliable immigration pathways, how to network, and much more. Everyone will also have a free 15-minute session with an immigration lawyer. LFS believes this will help put temporary residents on the right path.
People who come with different kinds of problems, questions about immigration, questions about finding employment, accessing community resources. And so we thought it would be a great opportunity to gather together as many folks as possible to have information about exactly those things.
The information day is October 22nd. Attendees will need to register in advance. It looks like it will be another record summer for the Calgary International Airport. The airport projects 6.1 million travelers will pass through YYC this summer. That's 66,000 people every day. Last summer, records were set in July and August with 4 million passengers at the airport over the summer. The airport advises travelers to come ready and come early. Check in at least 2 hours before a domestic flight, 3 hours before an international flight to avoid any delays. As expected, the U.S. Federal Reserve kept the interest rates unchanged. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
It's the fourth time they've held the rate. It stays at 3.5 to 3.75%. It's the first announcement under their new chair, Kevin Warsh. The committee split on what's to come, with 9 officials pointing to at least 1 quarter-point hike this year, and another 9 expecting no move or even a cut. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 70.84. West Texas Intermediate down to 70.61. Western Canadian Select is down over $5 to 62.14. And the TSX lost 264 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
A controversial former member of Donald Trump's inner circle has been hired by a BC mining company. In a release posted to its website, Nova Red Mining Inc. says the former Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem, has been hired in a strategic advisory role. It says Noem will, quote, support Nova Red's mission of acquiring and advancing critical mineral exploration opportunities through its artificial intelligence enhanced technology platform. Nova Red is focused on developing copper projects in BC. Noem oversaw Donald Trump's aggressive immigration crackdown before she was replaced in March. Team Canada was on the pitch at UBC this afternoon. They're getting ready for tomorrow's match against Qatar. Stay with us for that. Canada plays its second World Cup match tomorrow when it squares off against Qatar. The team practiced in Vancouver this afternoon, and so far there's still no word on whether Captain Alphonso Davies will be able to play. That game starts at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, so the late afternoon start will affect our news tomorrow. We'll look forward to joining you as soon as the game is over at 6:30 p.m. It's a big year for the Peloton Glencoe Invitational. Glenn is back with us now. The Invitational's been around for a long time.
Tara, they're celebrating the 30th year for this tournament. Glencoe Invitational is widely recognized as Canada's premier development events. The Glencoe Invitational opened up as a men's amateur event in 1992. In 2021, they added women's amateur and professional divisions. And then in 2024, they expanded to a men's professional division. This year was a special one as it's 30 years old, and with it comes a bigger purse for the competitors and an unbelievable field.
Our title sponsor, Peloton Oil and Gas, through them and some additional sponsors this year, we've been able to increase our purse to $150,000. And it's equal pay on both the men's and the women's pro side, which we're very proud of. And that's attracted our best best field ever. We've probably got 20 PGA Tour Americas players playing on the men's pro side this week. We've got, on the women's side, we've got players that have played Epson Tour, the Women's All-Pro Tour. They've, you know, we're a 100% Canadian field this year, and we've got 8 provinces represented.
And play begins tomorrow at the Glencoe Golf and Country Club, and we will have a story on some of the players in the field tomorrow. Don't forget the Men's U.S. Open. It gets underway tomorrow at Shinnecock Hills. What do you do when you hit a good drive but your ball ends up in the rough? Scott Orban shows us a way to get out of it.
Mackenzie Meadows Golf Tips with PGA Pro Scott Orban.
We are on the 12th hole at Mackenzie Meadows. Not a bad drive.
Not a bad drive. Inside the 150-yard marker, about 140 away. Front pin. But look at this lie. Put your club right behind there.
Yeah,
let's just show everybody what that looks like.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything different with this, Glenn? Tell me what your thought process is.
Dig at it.
Dig at it. I'm your caddy, so you tell me what you do. Just get up and hit it.
Yeah, probably.
Go ahead, get up and hit it. Let's go.
Is that
right? Let's see what happens out of this rough. You see a lot of grass behind that. And there he pulls it. You can't see it, but you see that bunker out there?
Yep.
He just went in the bunker.
Yep.
That's pretty typical out of that lie.
Yep.
Okay. So what's scary here, I'm going to give you that lie again. But what's scary is you've got all this brush to the right.
100%. I'm protecting. Yeah.
And I'm going to give you one more club. You had a pitching wedge, so take an extra club out of here.
Okay.
Take an extra club out of here.
Yep.
And the tendency is going to be that club shuts itself down.
Yeah.
So you have to be this is a player's tip, and you're a player. So I want you just to open the club face up a little bit.
All right.
Feel like you're going to hit a little bit of a fade.
Okay.
Okay. And you're going to favor the right side of that pin. And that's going to get you out of here.
Okay.
Now where's that going? Tell everyone, Glenn.
Right at the pin. Right.
Our cameraman's going to go up there and show you where that is.
Good tip.
So what we're doing there, folks, is Glenn went with his pitching wedge. That's the distance he normally hits it. I said, no, let's do that. Let's favor a bit of a fade shot.
Open up.
Which he did. Hit the 9. You put it about 5 feet from the pin.
Let's go get birdie.
That's
Come on.
unbelievable.
Come on.
Scramble player. He's on my team.
Well, next week we'll try to make that putt. And folks, that's the part of my game right now that I have been struggling with.
You got to golf with Scott all the time, obviously.
I know. He gives me, tells me where to hit that shot, what to do.
He knows what he's doing. All right, let's go back out to Danielle quickly. One last peek at the weather, Danielle.
Yeah, standing in front of the Mercedes G-Wagon. Not bad in Canmore. We're having a lovely day out here, and the weather has turned out quite nice over this last hour. Okay, quickly, let's give you a rundown because Father's Day weekend is coming up here, and it's going to be unsettled and on the cooler side, unfortunately. So, I mean, you could probably fit a little bit of golf in there, but bring the rain jacket. 16 for tomorrow. Isolated showers. Friday will be the nicest out of the next 5, 22 degrees and mainly sunny. That's really our only fully stable day. Eric and Shirley Freeze sent this one in. Pretty stunning shot taken, I believe, Tuesday in Kananaskis. That's your weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors. Crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate.
Thank you, Danielle. Well, on behalf of our crew in Canmore tonight and everyone here in Calgary, thanks for your company. We'll see you again tomorrow at 6:30 after the soccer game.